Your wicked, oh, your wicked, they think I cannot be in the oil. Ghanaian people, you are damn wicked. You think I cannot be here, they just say, you are damn wicked. Okay, our people here.
You may have seen a lot more videos about Liberians spewing anger for Ghanaians and making videos saying things, and you are wondering why. Well, for those of you who haven't even seen any such videos and you do not know what has happened, last month on the 26th of February, a young Liberian man called Tengbe went to visit a friend of his in Accra at an apartment complex somewhere around Spentex or so. When he got there, his friend wasn't around. But his friend's neighbor, who happens to be a pregnant woman, was at the place. If you watch the CCTV footage, you see that the pregnant woman didn't like the things that Austin was saying. He said something like the pregnant woman should follow him. You know, that Russian man kind of thing. Fast forward. The pregnant woman called some other people and things led to things, and they had to chase Austin out. They followed Austin out and then they beat him to death. In less than 24 hours, 3 people were arrested. A 4th one who was also involved is on the run. This drew a lot of condemnation from Ghanaians, from Liberians, from any other person at all that watched it, because it was a very uncivilized thing to do, that somebody does something and then you take the law into your own hands and unalive the person. And Liberians naturally complained. People were asking for justice and all. Even Ghanaians called for justice for this Austin guy. Whether he was being morally right or wasn't morally right, whatever the case, nobody has the right to unalive another person. Liberians were making videos, and at the beginning it was understandable. Then it went haywire, especially after Austin's biological sister came out to talk. Like she made a video on, I think, on the day of Austin's 1-week observation or so.
Hi everyone, I'm Austin's sister. So today I just want to inform the public that today is Austin's 1-week observation, and everybody turned out. A whole lot of people came, Ghanaians, Liberians, friends, well-wishers, and I just want to say that the case is in court. We are having progress so Austin can get justice. The 4 guys that beat Austin to death, they all are arrested and they are in police custody. So I just want to thank the public for standing with us, for supporting us, and to my family and friends back home in Liberia, I want to tell you people that Austin is going to get justice. And I want to thank everyone in Ghana, his friends, the Ghanaians that stood with us. We love you.
The person that is directly involved is being appreciative of the steps that are being taken to give she and her now deceased brother some justice. But you find other people who are not related to him. Yes, we know that they are all Liberians, but then they started saying things, and it wasn't even about Austin anymore, but just about some long-standing hate that they have had for Ghana and for Ghanaians. Thinking about it, then I realized, okay. Yeah. So if you also were wondering, well, then let me remind you, let me take your mind backwards to 4 years ago, or even beyond 4 years ago. You remember the Bujumbura camp issue, Liberian refugee camp issue in Ghana, when they were evicted from the place? You remember? Yeah. A lot of them have not gotten over what happened. Unfortunately, what happened to Austin is a very unfortunate thing that should not happen to anybody. It doesn't matter whether you are a Liberian or you are a Ghanaian or whatever. That should not happen to anybody at all. But this Bujumbura thing, a lot of them are still very angry. They were given some options. Either return, you either be repatriated back to Liberia, or you integrate into the country. And integrating into the country meant that you had to leave the refugee camp and you had to get a place and take care of yourself in Ghana. Find something to do and take care of yourself. If you were to be repatriated also, you will be given some allowance to go back, but it was just a one-off allowance, some sort of upkeep money to take you back to Liberia, and that was it. A lot of them who were at the Bujumbura camp got used to just being refugees. But what is difficult to understand is this: their refugee status expired. The UNHCR, that is United Nations High Commission on Refugees, revoked the refugee status of Liberians way back in 2012, on the 30th of June 2012.
See what some of them said.
And they were about to be evicted from the Bujumbura camp.
The thing that is going on ground is I'm not satisfied at all, because you see, they brought two options to us, 2012, if you can remember. They said that we should choose to go back home or to stay. Some of us have agreed to stay. We expected them to give us some packages, maybe finding houses for us. And we understand. Taking us from out of the refugee camp, relocating us, finding houses, giving us some allowances. Maybe if you are in the working class, they make you to work. If you have the qualification, right? Certain works. If you are supposed to go to school, send you to school. But up to now, we haven't gotten such a package yet. Now, they give us 400 cedis. Think to yourself, can 400 cedis find a house for you for a year in Ghana here? 400 cedis. Can it get you a house? That's the money they are announcing around. They gave us something. Because I was watching a certain news. I don't know who was the minister or who.
So they gave you 400 cedis? 400
cedis per family head.
Take note of the sense of entitlement. Even citizens of Ghana do not have access to unemployment allowances because they do not exist. Ghana is still a developing country. We don't have such. But then you have these people who were unfortunately brought here because there was a war in Liberia, making such demands. Pre-housing, they wanted unemployment allowances, they wanted jobs. Well, that would have been very nice. But the obnoxious behavior that some of them actually put up was the problem.
Are you going to move from here?
No, when they say we should move from there, UN should come and decide. We are living with UN people here.
So I'm part of those who have to re-apply UN. So I'm staying here. I have nowhere to go. If you break the house today, I will stay here today. I will not remove even a top from the house. Go and break the house alone with the clothes. Let UN come in. And let me ask UN. Me, I have not dealing with you. I have dealing with UN. Let me ask UN. Why you bring me here and you leave me outside?
The authorities tried to explain to them. The Bujumbura camp was taken from some traditional rulers. Refugee status of the Liberians had expired. The owners of the land wanted their land back. But these Liberians would not listen to that. A lot of them were saying that the land was purchased by UN. It was paid for and the land belonged to them. It was their bona fide property. When people spoke, they were like they were dealing with the UN and Red Cross, and it gave an opportunity for them to integrate. Those of them who did not want to go back to integrate. People like Austin's sister integrated into Ghanaian society. Some of them are working, some of them have businesses, they are living in Ghana. But those who wanted to continue to be refugees remained at the camp with the hopes that something will happen and Red Cross and the UN would come and do something for them to bring back their refugee status and continue to give them allowances. Even an elderly man saying something like this.
We must get it. Ghana citizens can leave Ghana to go in other people's country to enjoy, to bring riches to their land. Ghana must allow Liberians to be benefited from the blood that we wasted in our land.
Austin's death made Liberians to start making videos as if the whole Ghana came together, sentenced Austin to death, and then appointed those guys to go and unalive him. The people who were arrested in relation to Austin's death were arrested by Ghana police. One of them even made a video saying that Ghanaians are xenophobic. The reasons that she gave is that if you do not speak Twi, Ghanaians do not like you because they want you to speak Twi. And I'm like, okay, so you think that not wanting to learn the language of another black person on whose land you live is not xenophobic, but you think that that person wanting you to learn their language, which is Twi in our case, is rather xenophobic. And guess what? They want Ghanaians to shut up because, according to them, Kwame Nkrumah is from Liberia.
Awele Francis Weah, he was later on known as Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of the Republic of Ghana, was a Liberian. Nkrumah was a Liberian. He was born here in Liberia and he went Ghana, became a political leader and went on to become the first president of the Republic of Ghana. And
they say Kwame Nkrumah. A lot of them are very angry because they were in Ghana and were asked to go back. They didn't want to integrate and authorities asked them to integrate. So when you see them saying all those hateful things and speaking that funny English, just understand them that they are going through some psychosis. If you are not following me, please follow me, like this video, comment and share. If you are watching on Facebook, please follow my Facebook page. If you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe, comment and share.